Hey ladies and gentlemen, just going to have a look at the idea of setting and the island as a catalyst for everything that happened. Prospero is the catalyst, but the island is the place, the setting. Alright, so you have the island pre-Tempest, okay, and who we've got on the island, we have Caliban, Prospero and Miranda. We've also got Ariel as well. The island post-Tempest, everybody in the play, and then we have the boat with the nobles. Okay, now pre-Tempest, okay, we have Caliban. Caliban represents the indigenous population, not honoured with human shape, demi-devil, poor credulous monster, the repetition of monster. Okay, he was befriended by the Europeans, that's Prospero and Miranda. Caliban was taught the language. Okay, but as we see, right there, we see it there, a mistake. Not sure of the language there, whether I use the word mistake or not. It was an attempted rape of Miranda to populate the island. So, you know, Caliban definitely made a mistake. Let's use that language. But there's this idea of the savagery of the native populations, and that's what that's trying to represent there. The idea of control by Europeans coming with, you know, greater technology, better weapons, that idea of, you know, magic equaling technology, the stomach cramps, the insults, the pinching, the torture of the natives. So for the audience themselves, there is a discovery that due to time and context, things have changed on the perception of, you know, colonization and seeing it, you know, increasingly as a more negative thing. You know, ripping out others' cultures and things like that. But also you can see that contextually, even, you know, in the very early days of colonization, it was only 1611, even Shakespeare could see the problems that would happen for the natives there, and he represents that. So you get a real look at how Shakespeare represents that colonial outlook. And Prospero changes his colonial outlook sort of by the end. Ariel is the catalyst for that. Mine would, sir, were I human. Okay, and there's also really late on in the play when he's talking to Caliban, and he sees that, you know, I had darkness too. So, you know, he sees that he was doing the wrong thing. So the island post-Tempest, the island is the catalyst. The new environment really highlights characters' flaws or strengths. So, for example, Gonzalo ends up on the island, sees it as a chance for a utopia, a rebirth of a new society without laws, and talking about this Montaigne's, you know, noble savage idea, the idea that just because, you know, they don't have the same laws and culture as us doesn't mean that it is inferior. Whereas Sebastian and Antonio are certainly revealed to be the douches and power-hungry Europeans, representing everything that Gonzalo, oh, blimey, that fell down, everything Gonzalo sees as a negative. Right, just fix that back up, all cool. All right, so the separation of characters leads to different discoveries. We have the separation of Ferdinand and Alonso, which really reveals a lot about both characters, and allows for Prospero's plan to come into action. Ferdinand meets Miranda, Caliban meets Stefano and Trinculo, and everyone eventually finds Prospero and vice versa. So you've got that island, you know, creating all of that. So the boat. The boat's in the first scene of the play, and it certainly introduces the chaos within the play and the capacity of all of the different scenarios to shock us. The bosun, the inversion of power, you know, that idea that Stefano and Trinculo are there sort of telling him off, but the bosun, who is the one who is able to possibly save the boat, he takes charge and has the power. Whereas Sebastian and Antonio, even though they know they can't do anything, are just very underwhelmed and angry at that, and Gonzalo reveals himself to be the top man that he is. So that's a really quick sort of introduction to the island and how it acts as a catalyst for us.